Welcome to Archaeo-Linguistic Adventures with Nolan. I'm Nolan, and in this episode we are going to take a look at solving and translating a rare Ogham inscription on an ancient Pictish stone known as the Logie Elphinstone. The Logie Elphinstone is currently standing in Scotland's Carden Moor, with two other stones not far from the River Uri in Aberdeenshire. The ancient Ogham script originated with Gaelic-speaking Druids in Ireland and was later adopted for use by the tribes of Pictland. The Logie Elphinstone's mysterious circular Ogham inscription has baffled historians and linguists for ages. Let's solve it. If we take a look at the Ogham script, we can see that the Ogham script is an alphabet made of groups of perpendicular line segments which run along a main line and represent individual letters. Ogham is known as the tree alphabet because each letter is named after a type of tree, and it is read from the bottom upwards, the same as a tree grows. The great difficulty with this inscription is in the fact that the inscription is written or carved in a circle. Since Ogham is typically read from the bottom upwards, transcribing it properly starts there. The confusion begins when the first letter at the very bottom is horizontal and right side up, but the next few letters are read in an upwards direction because of the curve of the circle. This changes the dynamic and does not follow a transcription that can be read completely like a wheel, but rather just the letters in situ as they appear. The vertical letters should be read in one direction like a wheel, but to unroll it and read the inscription completely like a wheel, we would have to start upside down, standing on our heads. If we tried to do that, we would still be stumped. If we're using the tree alphabet, we definitely don't want to be stumped. If we take a look at the first letter, it's a letter N. My instinct tells me that this inscription is read in a clockwise direction. That means the next letter is a B, then an H, then an O, and when we get to the letter R, it appears to be weathered and crammed together. The entire circle is actually too small to properly fit the letters. Everything is crammed together at the letter R, and it appears they ran out of space to fill in the lower part of the R without cutting into the next letter. The last two letters are V and T. Now that it's transcribed, time to translate it. When translating an ancient language, vowels may be inserted in between consonants to fill in the gaps of words. Also, there was no codified spelling back then, so spelling is neither right nor wrong, merely approximate. After studying it intensely, it appears to be similar to Cornish. Cornish is the ancient Brythonic language still spoken today in Cornwall and southern Britain. If we were to read it using Cornish syntax and Cornish vocabulary, it would say Neb Arveth. This means any time at all. The transcription literally says, any hour that beeth. So the circular inscription seems to make a reference to time. It shouldn't surprise anyone though. Time is considered cyclical and therefore like a circle. Perhaps it was part of a celestial calendar. The inscription may have been intended to look like a picture of the sun, and the stone may have served as a sundial at one time, or any time at all. Let's take a look at the individual words. All of these words are from the Cornish language. The Cornish word hour is spelled without an H, but the Celtic languages have a tendency to put an H before initial vowels. That is why it's completely normal to see the Pictish word for hour start with an H. I think I've also seen that somewhere else before. It should not surprise anyone that the Pictish language is mutually intelligible with Cornish to a fair degree. The Middle Breton language is also mutually intelligible with Cornish, and in some instances, indistinguishable. Not only is the language of Breton interesting, but the land of Brittany is quite fascinating as well, with place names like Carnac, Fort Caron, Blugarno, Cuncarno. Carno is the Cornish name for Cornwall. One of the regions of Brittany is even named Carnoile. I believe that's the one that says in the Breton language on this map, the Old Kingdom of Cairn. And then there's a dialect of the Breton language known as Cernoic. Cernoic is the Cornish name for the Cornish language. There seems to have been quite a common cultural and linguistic continuum that spread out all along the ancient Atlantic seaboard. Well, that's it for this adventure. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, remember to hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, then make sure to subscribe. If you are thrilled to see these episodes and want to see more of this work progress, please consider donating to my Patreon page or buymeacoffee.com. The links are in the description. And until next time, bye.